thing about this next generation, they a little more open than we are.
Oh, very.
They'd be like, yo, straight up,
Right.
this what I'm doing, this the dirt I'm doing.
Right.
Like,
Right.
back when I was doing dirt,
Yeah.
I ain't tell nobody because I was embarrassed about it. But these young cats is like, yo, call me tonight when you can because this what I did last night with this chick that came through. Help me out. You know,
Yeah.
they open, man. They willing to grow, and you gotta be open with older dudes so they can pour into you because you ain't gonna know it all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine if you was like, if you had a group of a dude that's 20, that's ready to get it, a dude that's 40 that's sharp with it, and a dude that's 60
That's
sharp with it. Imagine you put them three dudes together, man. Look at the business you can make. Look, you can take over the world with something like that.
That's good stuff.
But we never do that. It's always either everybody focused when they all 20, or everybody all 60 going golfing. You will never get that cross section.
A lot of that boils down to trust. You know
Yes.
what I'm saying? Like, you don't know who to trust. I use Harris as an example. So when I first met him, I met him through Don Gino. I've known Gino 20-some odd years. So when we started working together, it boiled down to trust. You know, and when Gino kind of told me like what the plan was, I was like, yo, I mean, I'm down with it because I know you, I trust you, and I'll help you in that regard. And he was like, yo, Harris is solid, everybody's solid, let's do it. And so that's what it boiled down to. You have somebody, you have some of everything in the room.
Yeah, being able to step out there, just like you're gonna invest, that's risk. You can't be risk averse or you ain't gonna get nothing. That's the same way with people. You gotta invest in people. Invest in the older dude. You know what I mean?
See, I'll say this. Like, my biggest thing is, like, when I was brought up, I'll say, like, with a lot of other people, like, the other guys, like, my dad was just, like, null and void. Like, he was there, but he wasn't. And so, like, that kind of built those trust issues.
Trust,
as you were
for sure.
talking about, like,
Right.
so how can I, like, get with somebody that I know that's older, but if I know if I put too much trust in them, they gonna hurt me, or then I'm like, I'm
That's
gonna
real.
fall back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
and
real.
so like where I'm at now, like I'm 33,
Yeah.
and so in my school, like I try to do that with my students because I see them or I see myself in them,
Yeah.
and then it's just like, all right, they built that trust within me because I'm relevant, I'm relatable, and so like this here, even though he invited, I'm like I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so like to have,
You ain't gonna never know for sure.
oh
man.
for sure. You know what I
But
mean?
you gotta trust your heart because people get sent around you all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how, for me, I'm a Christian. I believe in God. And I think that God sends us everything that we need. A lot of times we just ignore it. You know what I mean? You'll have people around you. Before I was married, I took my wife now, we was just dating. I took her to, she said, if you're gonna date me, you gotta be in the church. So I was like, I don't go to no church. I ain't never really went to no church. So I was like, but I know one, because my dude's father sing at one. So I took her there just to visit. I had my oldest daughter with me. She was just 4 at the time. We just went. As soon as I walked in the door, it was an older gentleman, this Jamaican cat, was like, yo, you got a beautiful family there. And I was like, man, this ain't no family, man. And he was like, but it is.
Yeah.
And you're a great man of God, and you're going to do great things. And I was like, what? And I swear to God, to this day, that dude is still available to me. Whenever I want to call him, he'll reach out to me. One day, me and my wife had this horrible argument. We yelling. She walk out the door like, I'm out of here. I need some space. She get in her car and drive away. And as soon as I sat down, my phone rang and it was that dude. First thing he asked me was, hey, you in a good place? I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, man. And everything in me was like, a lot of this dude, because I don't tell people my business.
Right.
Like, I'm a lot of this dude, but some was like, not this time though. Don't do that. And so I was like, nah, I ain't in a good place. Told him everything. He was like, meet me at the coffee shop. Man, dude broke everything down. He talking about getting somebody's life together. He got me together. Talked to my wife, got her together. Like, and any point in time, we could both walk up to him and he would do the same thing. You gotta just trust. I don't know that dude from Adam when he walked up to me.
Yeah.
He could have been a snake. You don't know. But sometimes you getting exactly what you need, man. And you gotta just be like, I'm gonna accept how life is rolling and open up myself up to some new stuff. Cause I was like you, I had my father in my life when I was younger. We kind of patched it up when I was older, and then he passed away right after that. So it was like, it's a lot of pain wrapped up in the whole father thing for me. But at some point, you gotta just take control of your life, man. You can't be, fear and being passive don't work for a man, man. it ain't gonna get us nowhere. We
It
got
ain't-
too
it ain't
many
gonna-
things.
It ain't gonna work for life. I think what people gotta realize is like everybody life gonna happen to everybody. I don't care. It could be sweet for 6 months. Like on the way here, my mother just told me she got cancer. Just like 10 minutes ago.
Jeez, bro.
10 minutes ago, my mother just told me, cancer, hospital tomorrow, 20% of my lung gone, right?
Wow.
Now, I'm probably, if any, you cats know me, I'm probably one of the most positive, faith-built, run through a brick wall, don't fear nothing. But in this situation, I'm just tired. I ain't like, don't believe God don't work. I'm just like, I'm tired. I'm the rock for a cat right here. I'm the rock for this dude, right? You know, even on my weekday, I got guys I can go to, but with life, sometimes you just, so my prayer gonna be, God, just give me a break. I don't need no strength. I'm good. You already gave me that. I don't need no comforting words. I just give me a break. Just give me about I just came from vacation. Soon as I got back from the vacation, boom, cancer, right? So my advice would be, I can't tell you what you need, but you know what you need. So now you gotta ask for what you need, and what you may need is discernment. The discernment will help you how to
That's
fill
good.
out a guy,
Yeah, that's good.
right? Because you may not have trust issues. You just may not know
What you
okay,
need.
this is a cat that, you know what I mean?
Who to trust,
Because
who
I
not
can
to
walk
trust.
into a room and I can do this. Nope.
Yes, sir.
Nope.
Yep.
Yep. Nope. But I can even attract what I need.
Yes.
I don't gotta wait for him. I know how to make him come. Now this heavy, see guys don't, this next level stuff,
Yeah.
I know how to make come what I need. And I've been doing this stuff for years. Didn't have a father, boom, I made Pastor Vernon come. Didn't know how to deal with grief, boom, he had a class. Went through the class, right? Manny Hall. Bruh, like all the relationships I got, I went, this is what I need. And he, boom. But the discernment was what I really asked him for. I need to know when you send
You
it.
gotta recognize it.
Because if
See.
he send it and you don't know, you might walk away from, in essence, the African guy. That dude, right? But so when you start to talk about faith and this is why it's so imperative to understand, like, it's like with us, it's weird because we'll believe in premonition.
Right.
We'll believe in
Luck.
dreams.
Luck.
We'll believe in, but then when stuff starts to happen,
Coincidence.
miracles, when stuff start to happen, we be like,
Nah, I mean,
and you know what you do? You train your subconscious to produce what you think.
Yeah.
I believe miracles. I believe right now I could walk out here and a dude could walk up and be like, hey man, I'm gonna change your life.
Absolutely.
I believe that, right? I believe it. So all I would tell you is whatever you do, just start to ask for the thing. Don't ask him to get you over fear. Ask him to give you what you need so that fear,
It's
you
not
know,
even an
when
issue.
because sometimes fear is good.
Yeah.
I don't want to just walk into a dark spot and be cool. I want to go in a dark spot and something be like, nah, man, get out of here.
Yeah.
And if that's fear, then get me. Because if I'm too hard and I'm in a spot, then I'm the one to get popped. All the dirt over there, I catch the bullet. So I don't want him to eliminate fear. I want him to heighten my discernment so I can know, like, nah, I'm good, bro. That's not good money right there. I'm not doing business with that guy. That's a bad business deal. You know, I'm not giving this dude a ride. I'm not blessing this particular guy. It ain't gonna return the right way, right? So just discernment and just patience with yourself as you grow, even at 33.
And
Take time.
not only that, I think that something you'll learn is that as black men, we are all innately the same. We all read from the same book, we just in different chapters. And not having a father is more common than you would probably ever think. So the things that you go through is something you'll be surprised. We can all probably start a story. You could tell one part of it, he could tell another part of it, and we can all read or tell that same story because it all has affected all of us. Because we all have the same circumstances at some point in time in our lives. It's just who we are. You know, I mean, our circumstances have just made us who we are. You know, so when you go through, like you said, your kids relate to you. Well, they relate to you because you are them. So just like you're 33, I'm 45. So you ain't never been 45, but I've been 33.
Right.
So because I've been 33, I can relate to you. So your students relate to you, or you relate to them because you've been where they are. So just like what he's saying, you know, you attract those things that you want to see, You have the ability to do it. You just got to believe
genre
that.
of
That's
music we listen to.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because like I come up off 8-Ball, MJG, GK, you know what I'm
Space
saying?
Age pimpin'.
Right, and they, you know, they spit real stuff. So like now you hear this music and like the
That
music
mumble
that-
stuff.
Yeah, right. And
It
it
makes
makes
sense.
sense. But it's always talking about something stupid.
Yeah.
Where our music was giving us like
Substance.
life and substance, like yo, like you know, do this, do that, like you said.
And
I got my
gave you
dudes.
instructions.
We
It
get
gave you
Yeah.
instructions
straight instructions
on what
Even-
to do, how to say it, how to maneuver.
Yeah.
Like,
Hey man, me
Yeah,
It
think
ain't,
about.
it ain't always give us good instructions.
Not always.
Let's keep it a buck, man.
Potatoes.
Let's keep it a buck.
Eating potatoes. It's just it give us,
Yeah.
but it like the way we had thought about our women, it came from out the music. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause
That's culture.
That's culture.
Right.
Yeah.
That's true.
Like, and then you say like I have a daughter, man. My daughter 5, so it's I did the father-daughter dance with her, right? A couple weeks at her school, and the way she like she's like a little life of the party. I mean, I knew, but I didn't know. Like you know your daughter, but you. So she walks in, right? The music come on. She walks out and they hit a split. I'm like, whoa, wait. I'm like, hold on. Nigga, wait. What you doing? Like, you can't be doing, got a dress on. She's like, oh, Dad, this is what we do. Man, next thing I know, I see the little girl, they all up there doing, I'm like, so in my back of my head, like, yo, like, that's how they, cause they, you know, they think they cheerleaders and tumblers, cause that's what they do, tumbling.
Right.
So they think they dance moves and split. And when we came, you know, we was basement parties.
Right.
You know, I'm thinking like, yo, like,
What's these young kids dance?
It's not 80.
Yeah,
They dance for real. It's weird, but they dance.
they dance like,
They do
They
some
really,
shit.
they really do dance.
they,
Yeah.
they really dance, and it was killing.
But the culture speaks to how we interact with each other.
Yeah.
And then what we have to do though is step outside of culture just to a large degree. Because if we stick with what culture says, stick to, we're never trusting one another.
No.
We never show love to one another.
Yes, sir.
We trying to tear each other down.
Yeah.
Because that's what the culture dictates.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? At any given point, we should be able to come together, have conversation, dialogue like this, step outside of what culture says we ought to be, and then build from there.
Right.
Set the tone for the culture instead of letting the culture set the tone for us.
Right.
When we allow ourselves to kind of fall into that trap, man, that's the plan of the enemy in my mind, that to keep us separated. You know what I'm saying?
I tell all my dudes
the way
I
this
love
dude
him.
talking right now, I'm liking this cat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm gonna want to connect with him afterwards. You know what I'm saying? But that's the way it should be.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like y'all was talking about the love thing. Like my first time I told a man I love you without no homo dudes, like right after I got out of Iraq, man. Like for real, I'm like, dude, I love you. Like straight up, like I love you. Come here and bring it in for the real thing. Like you have my back. And it's these 2 white guys, man, named Corey and Joe. They are my homies. I mean, like we was in Afghanistan. And I'm talking, but you want to talk about some real life. Like let's take it. Like these dudes was like, I'm not even talking about my dudes from home. I'm talking about these 2 white dudes, one from Indiana, the other one from Alabama. And I mean, we wrecked shop. Like our commander was calling us like, yo, I need the hit squad to go in.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. That's a brotherhood right there, man.
and it was like never did I had to worry about this side, like I said. And after, like when we got back, man, I was like, yo, I love you. Like at the dude's wedding, I was like, man, I love you. Like he was like, no homo. He was like, come here.
That's real talk.
And,
though.
and I kissed him on the cheek. Like, that's you know what I'm saying? For real.
But
That's real. Hey, Italian dudes do that all the time.
Right, they do it all. But see, in our culture, we be like,
Yeah.
what's up with
Be like,
that?
bro, get off me.
Right.
Like, don't touch me, man.
experience cultivated that,
Yeah,
though, right?
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
right,
That was the straw that stirred that particular drink.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Our experiences as we relate and dialogue with one another and just spend time with one another, that's where you get that love from. You know what I'm saying? If I don't know you, I'm not even trying to know you. Like I've been hardened to the point where I don't have really too much to say to you. Like I look at you like I don't really trust you just off rip. I'm never going to get to where I need to be.
Right.
I'm holding myself back at that regard and at that point.
But you
right?
know what? Sometimes, fellas, like, for some of us that actually got to go to a job every day, some of y'all entrepreneurs, y'all don't deal with it.
Harrison, we can hear like I don't even know what you're talking about, bro. The funny thing about Harris, he looked like an entrepreneur.
Right.
It's all on it. It's his aura.
But
You
look
can just
though.
feel it.
Stop, tell
Yeah,
me.
you can just feel it. As soon as I walked in the room, I was like, this brother is on
Look how
business.
free he is. I'm not gonna be able to cross my legs till I go home. Wherever he go, he gonna do that. He feels great right now.
I do.
I love it, man. It was all, that's freedom right there, man.
That's freedom.
That's what we all
That's
see,
freedom,
man.
man.
I
That's
love
not even
that,
freedom.
man.
That's peace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you call peace
That's
right
it.
there.
That's
That's when
it.
you have the peace, man. The calm, you just be like,
Plus, he seemed like the kind of cat that would teach other cats, young cats, how to
Yeah.
do that.
That's him.
So that's
Yeah.
what I love about
He's a
it,
great
man. You
teacher.
could, yeah, you can read that on
He's a
it.
great teacher.
You know?
I received
you
a great
school them
teacher.
up, man. Got to.
I got a question for
Yeah.
y'all. I got a question for y'all, and this is my question: why is it that because I was raised like that. My father taught me boys are we don't cry. To keep our emotions inside. Why do we, or why do we do that? Why do we teach our boys to do that? I got two sons. I raised them the same way, but I know now, and I learned this as an adult, that's crazy.
Mhm.
So I raised my sons, and now they're like me. We don't know how to be emotional. We don't know how to use our emotions.
I'm a Cancer. I cry all the time.
I think a lot of it, I think it's evolution. It's evolution from where we came from. I mean, you gotta really look at it,
Yeah.
especially for black men. You look at our
Right.
history in this country. I mean, it's only been a little bit of time since we really had any kind of freedom.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we really protect. It's like they used to say back in the '80s, we walk holding our balls because that's really all we got left.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like we protect a lot, especially when it comes to our field, especially when it comes to the homosexual thing, because our sexuality, we didn't own it. We ain't know it. They can do whatever they want. They can take our wife out of our bed at night if they want to. So when you got that kind of thing going on, you protect it. We protective, but you have to evolve. You know what I'm saying? Like my father was born on a farm in Alabama, right? That's all he know. Farming. He was one of them kind of, he wasn't no big, burly, manly man. He was just, I'm about what's real, what I gotta see it to believe in it. I'm gonna shake your hand, even me. My entire life, my father passed away 8 years ago, but every day, good morning, shake your hand. My father never hugged me. Never, ever shake my hand. How you doing? That's all he knew. Because he grew up on a farm in Alabama through the Depression and all of that. Like, how you supposed to get in touch with his emotions when you trying to bring the crops in and put them on the mule so you can eat? It's like
ain't no
Maslow's
time for getting emotions.
pyramid, right? Those needs is higher up. You got to deal with the base.
Yeah.
We've been stuck on the base so long, even us. Most of us we went from the hood, man.
But
know what I'm saying?
it's the same problem that for those that are married here. It's like you come home to your wife after working all day, grinding, doing your business, whatever, and she like, you haven't listened to me. I've been trying to tell you something all week. Why don't you just sit down? You like, I want to, but I'm real hungry. I want to catch this game before it go off, and I ain't got the TiVo. The thing ain't recording right, so I can't record it. And then I got to think about going back to work the next day. So it's like, I really want to be there for you.
Yeah.
But mentally, I feel like I don't have the energy.
Yeah.
Capacity.
Yeah.
Or knowing the temperament. Like I call my wife my human being. That's our little inside thing. I tell her, you the human being God gave me, right? And I think oftentimes we forget that we're human beings.
Yeah.
Love that. That's dope.
Right?
Yeah.
With different temperaments.
Mhm.
And sometimes you connected with a human being without knowing the human being you were getting.
Yeah.
Right?
That's
So
dope.
dig this. This
Yeah.
is deep when you marry this chick. You've had relations with her. You've linked at the soul with this, but you didn't connect at the next level emotionally to know that this woman needs to be heard 10 hours a day, right? She didn't connect to know that you don't like touch outside of the bedroom. So over the course of y'all getting to know each other, she either changes to make you happy, you change to make her happy, or y'all both
lose.
turn down a little bit on your sensitivity to the thing that you need, right? And then what happens over the course of the time, you and that human start to go, okay, I know now. See, he don't like his food to touch. So when I first got married, I kept making his food touch, and he didn't like that. He would blow up. It made me feel like, because I was slaving in the kitchen. Then after a while, you start to understand till death, for better, for worse, and you go, I'm tripping off him coming home today and not talking to me. Like my wife and I, man, I take man, we don't fight, bruh. We do this. You ain't trying to rap right now? You ain't trying to rap right now? I'll be over here, man. But here's the good news. I know that at some point, she gonna pray.
Yeah.
And she know I'm gonna pray. And then we gonna go right back and lay in the bed. And one of us gonna be like, you know what, man, we was tripping, man. And before you know it, we're gonna be making love. We're gonna wake
God
up.
start softening that heart, man.
Because over the course,
Yep.
it's time, man. See, this is my frat brother. And we always talk about the amount of time we spend together. Listen, with your wife, spend more time with her, you'll start to know more intimate things. She'll start to show you more affection, right? After a while, she'll become more patient with you in the things that she does, and you'll start to see your life move in the direction where things go your way. But it all starts with time. So when you got a woman is, I don't care how you cut them, they all require time. All of them.
Every last one.
Your mother,
Absolutely.
your grandmother, what your grandmother say? Look,
From
I
your
don't,
grandmother
your grandmother
all the
gonna
way
say these
down.
words. You ain't got to call me every day.
But you
Make
got to
sure,
come.
just pick up the phone and give me a little bit of time. Because they women.
Yeah.
They spell love.
See, yo, dude, I might not see Jay for 6 months. And then we see him and it's like, dude,
Yeah.
what's happening? We don't sit up and be like, bruh, 6 months?
Yeah,
For real, though?
exactly.
Right.
For real? Your ain't ringing.
Right.
But women don't do that because they just cut different. So as men, with us being the head and us being, they coming from if you believe that, this is where, if you believe that she came from here, then at the end of the day, bruh, she's a byproduct
Of you.
of you.
Absolutely.
So why not
Preaching now.
get to know her so that now, right, if the body is good, the head is good. So if she ain't good, I know
Nobody
you
good.
gotta-
Nobody good.
You gotta sit
Yeah.
that human being of yours down and go, baby, look, I gotta tell you, when I come home, I need about 35 minutes to just kind of,
You gotta
and then
take the
after
bull
that,
by the horns.
I'm yours. But if you don't do that, that woman is gonna just keep being like, and he don't, and before you know it, it's gonna be some lame. Just like this, for
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
You don't. That nigga gonna have one of these. He don't listen, and then you gonna be like, I mean, wait a minute. Yeah, what I mean?
My work
Ain't no
husband.
question, man. So at the end of the day, man, you know, I just look at it like, man, if you with who you gonna be for life, at the end of the day, that's the human being God blessed you with. Man, just understand that y'all got time, and at the end of the day, when it's all jacked up, the kids gonna go that way.
Yep.
Grandmama and them gonna be in heaven.
Yep.
Yep.
That
You and
human
her.
being of yours
Looking you right in the face.
gonna be right there, dude.
You and her.
And the worst thing you could do is have a human being that's looking at you like, all
bro.
them years.
All them years.
Ah!
Hey, he
Maybe
ain't
I wanna
said,
smoke me.
he ain't said nothing but the triple truth,
For
man.
real, man. For real. How
Like,
you
you
treat
know, the
them,
thing
man.
is, when you bring up marriage, man, you're talking about like a serious institution. I think way too many people
Take it for
just
granted.
walk into it like I'm
Not
supposed to
knowing.
just get married. But you know, it's like they call it holy matrimony,
It's for a reason.
right? It's a godly institution. You undertaking a
And
serious
it's a
spiritual
mystery
event.
for a reason.
Seriously, like you're not even taking vows to your wife. You're taking vows to God,
God.
and most people are not even believing in God when they do it. So you automatically incongruent. So you stepping in, you take vows, and you say, "I'm holy married." It don't say happy matrimony. It says holy matrimony.
get married to be happy.
God has called you to be holy, which means if my wife ain't pleasing me, that means more is asked of me. Not I need her to get her act together. That means I got to be more holy. That's what marriage is. He asking a man and a woman to basically get to one of them three-legged sack races for the rest of your life. How impossible is that? But he's saying I can do it. I can work that miracle out. If you look at me, it's a triangle where the three of us is married. It ain't just y'all two. If you ain't got that triangle, it's not gonna work because that's what it's designed for. You can't take that out. It's like white people making macaroni and cheese. So it ain't happening. It ain't happening. It's the same product, but you're not doing it in the right environment. It's not the
Hey
right
man,
way.
Jay, for the people that didn't catch that, say it again, please. That's like what?
It's like white people making macaroni and cheese. Because you know they make it on top of the stove. That ain't macaroni and cheese. Yeah, that stuff up there, that's crap. Stuff in the oven.
It takes time. You gotta bake. Get the right ingredients.
Hey, y'all, so speaking about faith, let me ask this question. Y'all know they got that new Netflix movie about Carlton Pearson.
Yeah.
I seen it.
You seen the whole
I ain't
thing?
been
All right,
good.
don't say nothing about it yet because I ain't watched it. But speaking of that, like, how important is it as men, husbands, fathers, to when you believe something, you stick on that, and if you're wrong, admit it.
This is my thing. I think us, and you're talking about like the trust factor again. I think for us, we have to be strong in everything that we do, right? And then so like if we mess up, it's always that vulnerability piece. That'll be like, nah. Like I stood firm in what I believe, but then if it's wrong, we don't like to take that constructive criticism. No matter how firm we believed in it.
Right.
Like so
Soft, man.
yeah, you see what I'm saying? And so like if you vulnerable, people gonna see like you soft. Like you weak. And then this is where you going back to
Then I tell them come see me.
exactly. You know what I'm saying? But I think being a man, like now, you kind of have to just be like staying firm, like in your faith and everything that you do, believe, say, actions. Like, if it's wrong, it's wrong. Like, own up to it. And we all have to evolve.
It feels so much better when you do own up to it, man.
Man.
Cause I remember I was arguing with this one girl, and me and her was going back and forth, and I was just like, then I found out, the truth, and I was just like, you know what? I'm sorry, and I made a mistake, blah blah blah. And she was like she wanted to come back at me, but she couldn't come back at me. She was sitting there like, but wait, what? And I realized that you can kill so many arguments if we just admit that we're wrong. Like, like I did it. Like, yeah, that's
And the
this what
freedom-
happened,
and
and like.
freedom.
And y'all,
So-
And the
Yeah.
freedom is for you, not for the person.
Right.
No doubt. And what we struggle with is pride.
Oh,
yeah.
That's
pride.
that's
Yeah.
the
Ego.
That's the foundation of it all. You let go of that pride. It's easier to say I'm sorry. It's easier to admit that you're wrong. You know what I'm saying? Every last one of us in here has pride. Every last one is not gonna get punked up by nobody.
Yeah.
They don't want our wives to be right, girlfriends, whatever. But when you let it go, you're really empowering yourself and them to come to a resolution that's amicable for everybody.
It's a killer, man.
It kills it.
It is a killer.
Pride will kill you.
I'm big on the teachable moment. I like to capture the teachable moment as well as receive the teachable moment. My thing is, I love constructive criticism.
Right.
As long as I know that you have constructed something. You can't give me constructive criticism if you ain't
I
never
love the stipulation you
constructive
put
enough.
up.
I can't receive it.
Yeah.
You can't tell me I'm wrong about something with no basis other than the fact that I'm just wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I can take whatever feedback you want to give me, provided there's a basis for the feedback that you're giving. So I as far as the whole, I can admit when I'm wrong. I have no problem apologizing. I don't have an issue with that. The only issue that I would have is if whoever I'm having the conversation or debate with is you just telling me I'm wrong just because you don't have nothing else to say.
Yeah.
That would be my issue.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't have that issue.
I don't like being corrected. I don't like criticism. I get defensive like a lot of people.
Yeah.
But my thing is, it's all about evolving and trying to get better, right? I'm much better than I used to be.
Right.
One of the things that I do is because pride is in our habits, right?
Sure,
My biggest
absolutely.
thing is you start changing your little habits, right? Just a little bit at a time so you can get better, right? Because when the pressure come on, you're gonna do your worst habit. Change your worst habit. One of the things that I always challenge, me and my boys talked about, you ever have like your wife tell you something you already knew?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the worst.
And do you stop yourself from saying, oh, I knew that? Or do you say it? Because there's nothing that's going to be added to this conversation from you telling her, I already knew that, except for you diminishing what she just did. So here's a good test is the next time that happens, just hold it in. Who cares if you already knew? She just gave you a piece of information because she care about you. Just roll.
And that goes
That's
back
a
to
test
what
of a man right there.
That
Just
goes
roll.
back to what you said. You look at your wife as a human being.
Yes.
And then if you're saying if we believe our wife is our rib, basically you talking to yourself. And
Exactly.
you're being quiet and letting your reflection
Have
your,
its-
or
have
your
their
human
moment.
being
Okay,
talk right
okay.
back to you.
Right
There's
there.
hope for you, yeah, brother.
Hey, Mario, you got one for Sunday. got one for Sunday.
But to go
I
to
love
what you
it.
said, man, you said how important is it for men to stand on decisions that they make and then admit to decisions. I think it goes back to a track record, right? One thing I'm a firm believer in is that if we talking about relationships, I don't want to follow nobody that makes a lot of miscalculations or they're indecisive.
Right.
I like to follow leaders. I like to follow leaders. I don't have a problem saying that. I don't want, if Barack got up and said, hey guys, I made a decision and it didn't go right this time. Okay, cool. Hey, I made another decision, it didn't go right this time. Man, but you the president. See, but you the president. So same thing as a husband. If I say, baby, you know what, we not buying this house because it's not a good investment. And right now, financially, we're not in a place to where we need to do that. However, if we make these choices, in 5 years, we will be able to. When that happens, what starts to happen is I build up a bank of this guy made great decisions, right? And what happens is...
Ain't no greater feeling though, Harrison,
no-
when you made a good decision and they didn't trust it at first, and they be like, you was right, be like, oh.
yeah. And then look, and either way, you build up a bank.
Yep, that's right.
So that if you
Yeah, so,
Keep talking, I'll
so
make it-
I
either
see.
way you build up a bank.
I see.
What happens is over the course of time, when they want to do something and you say, "No, I don't want to do it that way," what happens is they go, "This guy got a hell of a track record, though."
Yeah.
Right? And sometimes you gotta let them go. Okay, go, because it don't. One thing about order is when it's not in order, there is no order.
That's
There's
what
no
I'm
order.
talking about.
So if the order is God, man, woman in the marriage, and then not in like underneath women, don't get offended. I don't mean you underneath. What I mean is I'm the head of my household.
Absolutely, comes from
Right?
you.
I'm the priest, the prophet, whatever you. I'm those things. But my wife is my helpmate or helpmeet, whatever you prefer. We are a unit. However, within that unit, when it comes down to, hey, is we gonna let it all ride or we gonna bet 50? I'm not gonna look at her and go, what do you think? I'm gonna go, baby, we letting it all ride. Blow on those. And if we lose, I'm gonna bear the burden of that. Because she
As the
wasn't
leader.
built, she's not, again, women, don't be offended. I'm speaking to Christian women. So, if you're not Christian, this stuff gonna sound foreign to you. But she wasn't built to be the bearer, right?
Of that weight.
She was never built to be the person carrying the mortgage or carrying the kids and carrying. What happened was when they separated the black man from the black woman, they put all this stuff on her shoulders and they built her up strong. So now she think, yeah, I'm supposed to carry this. But it's fool's gold.
Yeah.
They tricked her. They tricked her and demasculated the man, right? Masculated her.
Right.
So now you a punk nigga out of a woman's mouth. You to be, right? You start to see all of these twisted things. So I think that strong men that make firm decisions and they stand on those, they just add an order to relationships. That quiet is kept the same way men want discipline. Women want men that make decisions.
Look back on yourself, find out what you've been through and what you've experienced and see how you can heal it. When I look back at my childhood, my mom tried the best to get us out the hood, give us everything she could. She died trying to do that. And if I look back at it, the biggest gift she probably could have gave me was her own healing. I think that's the best thing you can do for your child and your next generation. Find your own healing, man. Improve yourself. Go back and fix them scars, man.
Feel it.
So, I think in order for us as men to move forward, even as a culture, it has to be a high level of transparency.
Yeah.
Like you have to just be honest about who you are, who you're not, what you're capable of, what you can't do, and then be honest enough to ask for help. Be transparent enough to be like, yo, bro, I don't know how to do this. You know what I'm saying? Take that risk. Because at the end of the day, if you keep all that, you keep the blinders on, you keep your circle around, just move, you cut yourself off. So transparency is the key. That's the link that I think allows you to be vulnerable enough to say, I need to move forward, I need help.
How about it?
I'm go with love, man. We as brothers don't know how to love each other, like one another, man. Just like we was talking about earlier, just telling somebody, genuinely like, yo, I love you, man. I respect what you're doing, man. Just giving each other compliments. We as a group can go in and just change. We can change anything. I've been around the world. I've seen a lot of things, man. And for me, love is so strong because it creates a positive, flowing energy at all times. You know what I'm saying? It's always good. So like when you see your dude down, not even say, if you just see someone down on the ground, just, walk up, put your hand out, help them up. Just love, instead of walking past them or just, what I'm saying, open the door, like just love, man, just the generation of love, just giving it out and just flowing with people, man. Especially, and as brothers, we so cut off, like, nah, nigga, I'm good on you, fam. You know what I'm saying? I'm good on it. If we just learn how to love, man, and just give it free, and not worry about the backlash of somebody hurting us or doing that. If we give love, I guarantee you God gonna protect us and make sure no stuff come around. Or you gonna have the wisdom to be like, I'm good.
I miss that. Yeah.
So love for me.
That's what's up.
I would say I think it all starts with our ability to communicate with each other. So I think that these types of sessions, some open and honest. You got a couple more steps, bro. Some open and honest communication, some dialogue, some mentorships. I think everything starts, with communication. With our young boys, so it's got to start with, when they learning to speak English. I think it's got to start there with our communication with our young boys, and so they can grow up to be healthy young adults and healthy grown adults. Start there with some communication.
That's what's up.
Take your sons to the barbershop.
Come on.
Oh yeah.
Get rid of these skinny jeans.
Come on.
Bring back masculinity.
Yes.
Take your daughters on dates.
Come on.
Yeah.
And start to hold one another accountable to being men.
Yeah.
I think at the end of the day, there's a large gap from what men were to what men are. And I think if you just open up a book and read about men back in the 1920s, just look at their swag, look at their style, look how they carried themselves, look how they treated one another. I wouldn't be surprised if they were to see the stuff they saw now, if they didn't see the gender reverse. I see more women, more masculine, than the men that I see are masculine. I saw a post the other day where one of my dudes said, is a woman pumping gas an issue? And the woman responded, no, because I'm perfectly capable. And I responded, that has nothing to do with, the issue is that you think it's okay for you to pump gas because you're capable. That's not the issue.
Right.
That's not the problem. But I think we got to get back to masculinity, men being men, women being women, and that having nothing to do with equality.
Right.
Because I'm a man and you're a woman doesn't make me greater or you lesser. I'm a man the same way a lion is the king of the way it's the king of the jungle, and a panther isn't. It's the same thing. When the lion starts to acquiesce to the panther, it's a problem in the jungle. Men have to be what they were meant to be. We were meant to be leaders. We were meant to be the priest, the prophet, the head of our household. We didn't want it. We didn't come up with that. This is what I am. I can only be what I am. So we got to be what God called us to be, which is the head man. And we got to hold each other accountable to that. You see a guy in some skinny jeans, you got to tap his pocket and say, man, that ain't what we do, man. I'm just being honest. You know what I mean? Like, and I get the European, but that's for Europeans.
Yeah.
Right? Mansa Musa didn't wear skinny jeans. You know what I mean? It's just Martin Luther King didn't wear skinny jeans, man.
No, he
didn't.
They didn't wear 'em, man. So let's just get back to men being men and showing our daughters what real men look like.
I love it.
Man.
Well, I'll say what you talked about healing, because it's a lot of us who have a lot of broken, shattered pieces. And the thing about being broken, you can always be whole. God said He's the restorer of all things. And so if we put our trust and our faith in Him, we know that He can restore us to the place that we're supposed to be, and what you said, what we're supposed to be called to. My thing would be too, like, fellowship, like this here, right here, because if we don't have it within our communities, if we don't have it within our families, like, I'm connected to a whole bunch of people. You connected to a whole bunch of people. So the stuff that y'all fed to us, or to me tonight, I mean, like, I can go back and duplicate that same thing, and then if we have this again, bring them back. And then that's where that village, that's where that culture is coming into. That's where that love, that's where that honesty, that vulnerability, like, it breaks it down in here, so that when we go ahead and come in here, they go out there and do the same thing. So for me, it's just more so like knowing who you are, knowing your truth, knowing your weakness, and then just having fellowship, man. Like, that's it for me.
I love it.
Yeah.